5, 4. Hello again, this is Shaitan bringing you a ZvZ match between Millennium Stephano, the red Zerg in the upper right location of Shakuras Plateau, and KT Reason, the blue Zerg in the bottom left position of the map. This is Winners Bracket 3 from MLGOrlando 2011. Stephano, having actually come off of a ZvZ in the round previous, we'll see if he can continue his run through the open bracket and how deep he can make it in this bracket. So this is a bit of a series for me. I'm just examining Stephano's games from MLGOrlando. He's become more and more popular after his victory at IPL, his victory at ESWC, and so just sort of following his play in ESWC, seeing his style at MLGOrlando, and seeing what he does, how he approaches different matchups. And so now we're going to take a look at his ZvZ. Shakuras Plateau is a bit of an interesting map. This double ramp makes it so that you can spine crawler up at this ramp to your natural and take your natural fairly safely. There are a few quote-unquote build order losses against the 15 hatcheries, such as a 10 pool all-in with Lings, but it doesn't look like either player is doing so. We do see that Reason takes his extractor at 14 supply, and he's going to follow it up with a 14 spawning pool. This build allows you to have 100 gas by the time your spawning pool finishes, and open with a very, very fast speedling. But it looks like, oh, Stephano went for the Evo chamber block there, but he wasn't able to get that. That forces your drones to go around the Evo chamber and delays mining by quite a bit. He's doing a bit of harass, but he's going to be driven off by this Zergling. It looks like, meanwhile, Stephano has opened with a hatchery of his own. He knows that he's going to be safe against the speedling opening of his opponent as long as he controls his units right. He gets his own spawning pool down at 15, and he begins droning up again afterward. With the spawning pool first build, you can follow it up either with an expansion at about 20-21 supply. You can go into banelings by continuing to mine gas, but we see that Reason actually pulls 2 of his drones off of gas. He continues mining with 1. This allows him the possibility of going into banelings if he wants to afterwards, but it also lets him build up minerals for a fairly strong economy as well. Let's look what Stephano and Reason have in terms of vision of each other. Reason actually doesn't know that Stephano has gone for the expansion, so if he did, he wouldn't need to make these lings. He's making 2 more. He's going to be up to 6 lings, which is not really a good decision. We are going to see him not have enough lings to do any sort of significant damage to Stephano. Stephano is making 4 lings and 2 queens of his own, but just making those lings makes it so that he isn't able to drone up as heavily, and we see that the drone advantage is already 4 in favor of Stephano. Now Stephano is building this spine crawler. He might have to cancel it. No, it doesn't look like it. The lings of Stephano will force away the lings, but now he has to cancel it after 2 more lings come in. But these lings are going to be able to drive away the lings of Reason without them and doing any sort of damage. Reason has decided to follow up with a fairly quick baneling nest, but if Stephano decides he's making that spine crawler again at the front of his base, and because of the way that the ramp is set up, he's going to be able to poke at the banelings, get 1, probably 2 hits on a baneling before it even reaches the base. Now he's trying to go in with the speedlings, and he's going to be able to probably force a cancel again, which is exactly what he wants. He wants to delay that spine crawler from going up as long as possible. We see now that 4 banelings are morphing outside the ramp. If that spine crawler finished, those banelings would be much less effective. Now actually 5 going in, and he's continuing to make Zergling. He's down 6 drones, so we're going to see what exactly Stephano is going to be able to do against him. The banelings are moving in, but Stephano has both queens at the ramp, and those queens are going to be very effective against him. The banelings are actually going in right now, and they're not really doing all that much. Stephano holds position with his Zergling, and those banelings are kind of blowing up not all that effectively. Like, they did some damage, but it wasn't in a very cost-effective manner. Now these Zerglings are going to just do as much damage as they can in the natural, but these 2 queens are blocking off the ramp, and Zerglings are going to come out, and they should be able to prevent Stephano from losing this hatchery. We'll see if he's able to. Stephano can't move these queens away from the ramp, because otherwise the Zerglings can just run in, but it looks like the The queens actually are going to move out right now. He needs to be careful for the run by that's not happening. No, he's just going to take out a queen, maybe two. No, the second round of Zerglings from Stephano is going to be enough to force Reason back. Meanwhile, Reason has taken his expansion, but he's still on only 14 drones. Stephano still up by 4, so we'll see what happens as this game goes on. It looks like Reason is just going for the all-in. He's run by all of Stephano's units into the main base. This Baneling is going to be able to take out the Zergling, and the Zerglings are attacking all of the drones of Stephano. Stephano has lost now 7 drones. He's still up in drones, 16 to 14. But these Zerglings now are able to attack the spawning pool. Meanwhile, at the natural, nothing really is happening. There's Banelings from Stephano, but this spawning pool looks like it could go down, especially with, oh, that was a bit of miscontrol. No, the Zerglings are going to be driven off by the Banelings. This pool is going to live with about 200 health. That was beautiful defense from Stephano, but he might lose this queen. That means now Stephano will be down to 0 queens. That's going to impact his production quite a lot. He's actually building right now only Zerglings. Both players are only building Zerglings. Stephano still has only lost 7 drones in this entire thing, and he's still up in drones by 2 drones. I think Stephano is stabilized. He's going to be able to make defensive Banelings at this ramp. That means that anything that comes up here is going to basically be taken out by those Banelings. So for Reason's sake, I hope that he begins to transition into drones, but it doesn't look like it. He's continuing to make Banelings. He's up to 28 Zerglings. And I don't see this attack being effective. He's going to run up here, whether it's with Zerglings or Banelings. No, Stephano's moving out. I don't like that at all. He's not going to be able to do too much damage to Baneling. Oh, he takes out most of them. That was actually very nice from Stephano. He kept 3 of his Banelings alive. That's going to be more than enough to attack these Zerglings, and Reason is going in without his entire army. We see these just continually pumping out more and more Zerglings. Right now he's up to 34 Zerglings versus the 3 of Stephano, but Stephano is beginning to make them as well. He's made a queen, he's making Banelings, he's began remining in his main. He's up to 25 drones now. If he can hold off this last attack from Reason, he's going to be able to take this game easily. And Stephano is just sending out Banelings that are doing way too much damage to Reason's army because Reason isn't controlling. He's forced to go all in right now. No, he's going to delay even more. Right now he has only 1 Baneling with some nice target firing from the Spinecrawler. He's going to be able to take it out, and he does. The Baneling goes down. Now it's just Zergling versus Zergling, but Stephano actually, where did Stephano's Zerglings go? He's going to be able to do more and more damage to the drones, but no, he decides to run off into the main. But Zergling reinforcements from Stephano are back there. Baneling's going to take out a couple of the Zerglings, and now it's down to 19 Zerglings versus 9. Stephano is still up. 8 drones. Both players are just making Zerglings. Stephano is making another queen. He wants to have his production be very, very good. But now Stephano has 2 Spinecrawlers. The natural is basically going to be safe, especially as he's moving the Spinecrawler up to the main. Stephano is going to be able to take out all of these Zerglings. Eventually, there's not going to be anything that Reason can do. Reason is falling more and more behind. He's trying to drone up right now, but he's behind by 5 drones. I think Stephano is going to hold this off, and then he's going to be able to macro up, build some units, and then just take out Reason. We do see the attack finally cleaned up. Stephano is at the end of this, ahead in drones 27 to 22. He is building his own set of Zerglings right now. He'll be at about even Zergling count with Reason, and then have 5 Banelings of his own. Stephano continues to move out Banelings, and we'll see how Reason responds. He's been really, really bad at sort of microing his Zerglings, sending way too many of them to attack Banelings. We do see he's pulling back his Banelings too, and it just looks like he isn't playing ZvZ as he should. There's really no other way to say it. Stephano is supply blocked at 44, and he's making 4 Overlords to make sure that doesn't happen again. But now Stephano is pressing forward the attack, and unfortunately, Reason doesn't have a Spinecrawler at his natural. That means that these Banelings are going to be able to corner. Oh, and they're going to take out almost every drone if the natural is going to go down. I would have liked to see some of these Zerglings be taken out as well, but it looks like with 3 Zerglings, what happened to his? Wow. Reason actually held that off decently. All of the Zerglings are driven off, but it looks like Stephano is just getting more and more ahead economically. He's now up 10 drones. He's being able to make the Zerglings at a rate much quicker than his opponent. In terms of income, we see that Stephano has about 400 more minerals per minute. He has these Spinecrawlers at the ramp to do like damage to the base, to the units of Reason as he goes in. And right as the Zerglings try to run in, Stephano's Zerglings are coming out. He's making some Banelings for defensive purposes, but I don't see Stephano losing this. Stephano is too good of a player, even though ZvZ is his self-proclaimed worst matchup, and he's successfully held off all of the Ling Bling aggression from his opponent. He's aware that these Banelings are coming out. The Banelings of Stephano are moving out to see if he can corner these, but it looks like he's just going to be able to do damage to the Banelings. and only one Baneling is going to come out, even though Reason has the Zergling lead. He has no Banelings. He's not going to be able to do any sort of aggression. Stephano has transitioned out of the Ling Bling phase of the game. He's built a Roachborn. He's getting +1, well ahead of his opponent. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to be content to just macro up. He's ahead 15 supply right now, 10 of that being in drones. He's going to be able to just build his army faster and bigger than his opponent. And, you know, maybe with about 20 roaches or so, he might do a +1 timing attack, and I think that's just going to be game over. He's going to have too strong of an army for his opponent to hold off. It looks like we're actually going to see the attack happen with about 9, maybe. So right now we have 7 roaches on the field versus the 0 from Reason. Reason is trying to hold off this push, delay it by threatening some Zergling runs by, but this is just giving Stephano more time to get roaches. He's going to be hitting with about 15, 16, maybe up to 20 roaches, and I think that's just going to be game over. We don't see Reason dropping down any spine crawlers. We do see him making 10 roaches, but he's still going to be outnumbered by about 2 to 1 in the roach count. And even if this attack fails, Stephano is just going to pull back. He's taken his 3rd base. He is significantly up in drone still. He's ahead in tech. He's getting ready to go for his lair, and I think there isn't really any way for Stephano to lose. He's also going to take out about, wow, look at that, 18 drones total kills for Stephano. Stephano is now up 20 drones. He might lose some of his units. These 2 roaches are probably going to die, but Stephano will still be up in the roach count. He might even lose these 3 roaches, but remember, Stephano is able to make roaches just so much faster than his opponent. He is up about 20 supply right now. His lair is halfway done. His opponent's lair hasn't even finished. They're both going to have +1 ranged attack, but I just don't see Reason coming back from this. He's falling more and more behind. He does have the edge in the roach count currently, but Stephano is building 5 more roaches and some slings, which is going to be more than enough to take out this army, especially with these 2 spine crawlers here. Reason would be very ill-advised to push in to attack this. We'll see if he knows about the 3rd. He doesn't know that's there. It would be nice to go and attack that, but he's just completely unaware of it's there. I'd really like to see him maybe spread his overlords more. Look at Stephano's overlord spread. It's slightly better, I suppose, but both players really should be spreading their overlords more. There's no reason to have this overlord here. It should be at your opponent's logical 3rd base, so you'll be more aware of when that's up. Stephano is also getting up a macro hatchery. He's just ahead now by about, again, 20 supply. And he's content to just take his lead and turn it into a bigger lead. He's maintaining his 20 drone advantage. He's slightly behind in the roach count, but that's nothing that he won't be able to overcome just with his better economy. We do see him making more roaches. He's making a queen at his 3rd. He's going to have now 4 hatcheries worth of production, while his opponent only has 2. The roach speed will be up for Stephano soon. Things really could not be better for Stephano right now. Actually, I guess they could. We see that Reason is actually supply blocked at 108, and we can really see here the difference in crispness between a pro gamer, even a non-Korean pro gamer, but a pro gamer that people are heralding as one of the greatest, one of the best foreigners in this era, and a relatively unknown player in KT Reason. Now, this isn't to knock anything on Reason, but we see he's supply blocked again. The Overlord is about halfway done, and Stephano's now 40 supply up. He has about 20 more drones, and Reason is pushing out. The roach count is about even, but Stephano has his roach speed, and he's going to be able to just get a better concave than Reason will. In addition, Stephano has more Zerglings to sort of buffer the damage and potentially surround the roaches, and it looks like this engagement will be game over for Reason. The roach count is just plummeting for Reason, down to 28 versus 40. More and more roaches are dying. The Zerglings are able to soak up a lot of damage from the roaches, and it looks like Reason is going to be forced to GG out. It's 90 supply to 150. Expect to see GG as soon as this battle is over. He's down in supply, down in harvesters, down in roaches, down in tech. Everything is looking bad for Reason. There's no GG yet, but Stephano continues to advance with his roaches. It looks like he has 34 to the 7 of Reason. He's on 3 bases versus the 2, and this is just a formality right now. There's really nothing left to say. This is game over for Reason, and there's the GG from Stephano, taking a quick 2-0 in the series, advancing to winner's bracket, round number 4.